Hey yo, what is going on guys? I see Wolf here, and in today's video we're going to be covering the KRUNKER 5.5.2 update. This update has brought a bunch of content and I'm going to be making separate videos covering each of them. Today specifically we're going to be checking out the new map and the new reworks to existing maps. Two of my favorite maps, Shipyard and Oasis, have been reworked, so I'm eager to see what they have done to these maps. If you do enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more KRUNKER content. Without any further ado, let's hop right into the video. To kick things off, we're gonna start with Burg since that's the first map on the map list. So basically in this rework, they've changed the overall aesthetic, the theme, the design and the textures. The layout still plays out the same and the actual game hasn't changed. I mean, like for example, this is new and this is definitely new. It's replaced the pillars, so might make slide hopping a bit harder around this corner. I can't really tell, but I'm playing on say 200-150 FPS. Okay, so moving on, we're going to now have a look at Shipment. As I mentioned earlier, this is one of my favorite maps. When I play KRUNKER on a daily basis, I basically do 1v1s. From the looks of it, it does look like they've changed it. Honestly, I don't want to lie to you guys. This map is it is definitely not viable for 1v1s. This is not good. The whole point of Shipyard was that it was a small open map wherein you could quickly find your enemy and eliminate them, but in this you spend half the time finding the player and it's really hard to move properly. As you can see, I'm literally not being able to properly move around. I know I'm recording and speaking, so I'm distracted, but even so, I played one game on this map last night and this map is not good for 1v1s. This is more something you would play like a hide and seek map. This is like idealistic for a hide and seek. These boxes you could go on top and stuff. This is a custom games map. This is not supposed to. This is like terrible for 1v1s. You can't 1v1 on this. But I did post this on Reddit. I'll put a screenshot of what I said right now. Basically to summarize what I said in that Reddit post, I basically said that the maps are really congested, as you can clearly see right now, and I also mentioned that on Burg, if you notice, the textures were quite detailed and that could cause potentially FPS drops. However, High Noon, if you don't know who he is, he's one of the developers of KRUNKER.io. He did reply to me saying that these changes in these maps, the rework as well as the new map, are all temporary and they are looking for community input, as Sydney had announced in KRUNKER Bunker. And regarding the FPS drops thing that I had mentioned, he said that there's apparently some system that they're coming up with which will prevent any kind of FPS drops. But so far this version of Shipyard is it's really bad. I'm not trying to hate on the map maker who made this, but it most definitely is not viable for an actual 1v1. You just can't play on this. Okay, so moving on to the next map, another favorite of mine, Oasis. Alright, so loading into Oasis, it seems to be a similar change as they did with Burg. They have kept the layout the same, but the design and the overall theme and aesthetic has definitely changed. So before, on the previous version of Oasis, it used to be a open desert kind of a map in the middle of freaking nowhere and like completely open, which I personally liked. But now of course there's a lot more detailed and it has a tomb kind of an aesthetic to it. Or not here, but if you go a bit deeper, like here, this is like a complete tomb aesthetic that they've implemented. I do definitely see some changes. Like before, you used to be able to easily turn around this corner, but it's a bit harder now. Also, something that doesn't affect me but will definitely affect the rest of the community is the Oasis jumps. I know everybody and their grandmother has heard about them and definitely has tried them. I do have a couple of videos on my channel about them, but I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not good at movement and it's not my thing. Excuses aside though, this is definitely going to affect a lot of the community because Oasis was the primary map for these movement players and such, and considering that KRUNKER's main thing is movement, maybe it wasn't the best decision to cut off the movement spots, but as I said, as I keep saying again and again, which might get annoying to some people, these changes are not permanent, they are temporary. They are looking for community input and feedback. Alright, so moving on to the very last part of the video, that is the new map. So far we have only gone over the reworks, but this is the new map they have added into rotation. So okay, loading in, I'm getting obviously a tropical, well actually I'm getting a city kind of a vibe, which kind of contrary to its tropical name. Actually there are a few palm trees, but am I tripping, or is this a city vibe? This is the boxes and all, they kind of giving me a city vibe. Once again, as it was with Shipyard, this it doesn't really make sense to have this in the actual rotation. This is something you would have in a game like CS:GO. But the thing with Krunker is, Krunker's main thing is movement. Okay, this area you can sort of slide hop, and this is good. I probably gonna stay here if I play on this map. I mean, when I play on this map, because I'll obviously have to, because it's in rotation. But a map like this needs to be kept in customs. Putting this in the actual rotation goes against Krunker's main motive, which is movement. Like, without movement, it's just a shooting game, and I'm not trying to hate on Krunker, but CS:GO has been out for many years, so obviously when it comes to raw shooting, CS:GO is most definitely better than Krunker. What makes Krunker better and what makes people want to play the game is the movement aspect. You know, you can move as fast as you want, irrespective of what device you are on. I kid you not, I know like 3 people who get 40 to 60 FPS, and they're faster than me, they're better than me at movement, and I'm on 150 to 200 FPS and they're still better than me. Many people do like it because they're like, you can hide in spots and stuff, but like I mentioned, in a game like Krunker, that's not gonna do very well because players can't move properly. There's just too much details and too many hiding spots. Anyway guys, I think that's going to do it for this video. Like I mentioned earlier on, this is in this video I only covered the reworks and the new maps. I'm going to be making a separate video to cover the rest of the update, that being the game mode. I have not played a single game on the new game mode yet, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Yeah, okay.